your true lifestyle.
Good day! Tanan nato nga mga suki diri sa TLS Plus. Sa gihapon inyo alagad, Lailani Salam Alban nagatamyaw sa inyo tanan. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! And this is Talken Lizares.
So, Miss Token, panibago na mga challenge sa aton sa TLS Plus. Nga matapos naman naton ang isa naman kapanibago nga tuig para sa aton nga show.
Kag ginapangadian ko gid nga maglabot ini sang malawig nga panahon kay kadamo man ko bla friends bala BFF kag mga naga-messenger nga sa messenger ko naga-message nga happy sila sa paglantaw sa aton show.
And we promise them to give them more interesting topics to discuss. Masadya nga mga pakulo diri sa programa. Sige lang padayon ang aton nga pag-atubang sa mga challenges dala sining COVID-19.
Kag ang imo na bala nga mga travels abroad, sa around the globe, around the region. Ako mismo ga-enjoy BFF kay wala gani ko nakakadto.
Di damo pa na BFF. Damo pa kita sang lugar nga kagtuan. Damo pa kita sang ipakita sa aton nga mga televiewers nga sanag man nila kagtuan, mag-abot ng tiyempo nga safe to travel na.
Oo, manggati. Ako damo pa ko nakadtuan nga lugar pero ang ginkadtuan mo ya wala pa gid ko na iya kalapak. That's why ako mismo liwat-liwat ko lang taw ang mga lugar.
Gani sa sining tuig 2022 yari naman ang amon sini initial episode diri sa TLS Plus.
Happy and blessed day to all. At this point of time, we are all the more challenged by the turn of events. In the time when we were thinking that we are almost through with the pandemic, Typhoon Odette devastated parts of the Philippines, and most especially our brothers and sisters in the south of Negros Occidental and in the Oriental. There is a great effort on the part of the people of Negros, and even from the Filipinos abroad, to respond to the needs of our brothers and sisters whose houses were washed out, farm crops destroyed, fishing boats lost, loved ones perished, and for some, hopes and dreams are even taken away. In the midst of all this, another variant of COVID again is surging. We may say, Lord, when will all these hardships end? Where are you in these trying moments? If you are real, why do you allow all these things to happen? I too do not know the answer. But I can see how the Lord is walking, journeying, and suffering with us. He is not blind to all of this. Let us trust that the Lord wills what is best for us. He can turn dust into gold, which means even the darkest event of our life, and even the unwanted experiences that we have, He can turn it into a blessing. We might not see it at this time, but let us trust His helping hand and merciful heart that is there to save us. How can we say there is no God when He is present in all the kind-hearted people who are taking all the pains and sacrifices to gather resources to respond to the needs of our brothers and sisters in need? He is in the church who endeavors to answer to the call of those who are calling for help. He is in you and me who are invited to be Christ to others. He is still present, guiding and inspiring one another to be there for each other, to be a brother and sister to those who have none, to comfort those who are in distress, and those who are losing hope. For as long as there is a person willing to give himself like Jesus did, the Lord is present. The ray of hope is still lighted, and the joys and the smiles in the eyes are still painted, and the kindness of human heart are best seen. And in this moment, that we are all the more challenged to light the light that the Lord is wanting us to enkindle, and to give more of our flavors as salt to the world who is in need of us and is reminding us that we too, for our salvation, are in need of them. For Jesus said in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 40, For whatever you do to the least of my brothers, that you do unto me. Thank you, and God bless us all.
If you want to relax and be happy, if you want a good food and great company, there's one perfect place for you, and it's called Paradiso. Paradiso. Paradiso del Sur, your paradise here on earth. For inquiries, call 0920-2486-889. Remember the name, Paradiso, your place to unwind. If there's one thing in our midst, a sanctuary for the travelers, a second home you can call your own, the food and service at its best will make your stay an unforgettable one. Saltimboca, a place closer to your heart, where everyone is a family and everyone is a friend. Saltimboca Tourist Inn. For inquiries, call 433-3179. This time, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to interview a versatile actress and singer. My long-time BFF na napakaganda, napakabait. The one and only, my palangga, Miss Lovely Rivero. Oh, Palangga Lovely, how are you, my dearest friend? Kumusta ang buhay?
Eto, nako, my dearest Palangga Token. Thank you first and foremost for inviting me here sa iyong show.
Oh,
and,
thank you din for saying yes.
Alam mo, happy ako dahil na kahit na ganito na medyo may pandemya at hindi tayo masyadong nakakapagtsikahan in person.
Totoo.
Eto, may mga ways and means, di ba, kagaya nitong show mo. So, I'm okay surviving and of making do with whatever I can, no? I mean, like, syempre, di ba, tayo namang mga Pinoy, very resilient tayo, and we always try to adapt to situation. So, I think, given the situation, I'm doing fine. Okay naman.
Very good. Okay.
Still fighting.
Palangga, ilang taon ka when you started sa showbiz?
Okay,
As an actress?
Actually, batang-bata pa ako talaga no. 9 years old. Okay.
Wow!
Kasi, yes, yung iba akala nila sa That's Entertainment ako nag-umpisa. Akala nila nung ako ay 16 na kasi doon nga nila ako namagayan. But actually, hindi po. 9 years old ako nag-umpisa.
Anong pelikula yun, Palangga? If you can still remember.
Actually, it's a show, no? Kasi merong children show noon, ang pangalan ay Kaluskos Musmos. So sa Kaluskos Musmos, yes, kasama ko sila Maricel Soriano, Milo Bonilla, Herbert Bautista, Dran Reb, at marami pang iba. Anong time na yon, iba pa yung ginagamit ko pa yung real name ko, yung Gineb Macalinaw at the time. Hindi pa ako Lovely Rivero noon. So yun, gumagawa-gawa ako, anak ni ganyan, kapatid ni ganyan. And then, nung ako ay 14 years old, nasa beach resort ako ng uncle ko sa La Union, sa San Juan, La Union.
Okay.
And may nakakita sa aking reporter na friend natin.
Si Mercy.
And of course, si Mercy Lejarde.
Oo, si Mercy
And then
Lejarde.
nakita niya ako na nagsiswimming ako doon. May tumutugtog habang, kasi yung location ko nung beach na yon, yung coffee shop niya, parang overlooking doon sa beach. Makikita mo yung beach from there. Nandun siya sa coffee shop, ako nagsiswimming. Nung nagsiswimming ako, nandun siya sa coffee shop, tumutugtog yung kay Stevie Wonder, yung Isn't She Lovely? Isn't She Wonderful?
Sinabi niya sa akin yan.
Yan. So, sabi niya, parang gusto ko tong batang to makausap, baka gusto niya mag-artista. Yun daw yung kanyang naisip nun.
Okay.
And then tumutugtog yung music na yon. So finally, nung hinanap niya kung sino yung pwede niyang ma-access para sa akin, syempre, minor pa ako nun, ayun ang mami ko nga. Ang mami ko, di ba, maliit pa lang ako, in-audition na ako, so alam mo naman na yes agad ang sagot. So ayun na nga. So nag-usap na sila. And then, ang ginawa niya, sabi niya, sige, sabi niya, palitan natin yung name mo para mas madaling matandaan. Gawin nating Lovely, kasi yun na yung music na narinig ko. And then, sabi niya, okay, yung apelido mo makalinaw, parang hindi cinematic, sabi niya. Pero sabi niya, di ba, yun nga, sinasabi niya, tumusort na to, di ba, sa uncle mo, di ba, Rivero ang may-ari nito. O di, Rivero ka talaga. So sabi niya, Rivero, gamitin na lang natin. So ayun na nga. So naging Lovely Rivero. And then, nung 16 years old naman ako, ito yung mga milestones ng career ko. Nung 16 years old na ako, tinawagan naman ako ni Kuya Germ. Sabi niya gano'n, meron akong ilo-launch na bagong programa ng mga kabataan at gusto ko mag-isa ka dun sa original members. Sabi ko, sige po, syempre Kuya Germs Moreno na yung tumawag, di ba? Oo naman po, why not? At ayun na nga, naging original member ako ng That's Entertainment Tuesday edition.
Ano ang mga pinaka-memorable na role na nagampanan mo sa teleserye at sa pelikula? At bakit?
Okay. Alam mo sa dami na nang nagawa ko din. Kasi naman 9 years old, tapos na ako ngayon, na 13. Ay, hindi. Sige na, aaminin ko na, 53 na ako ngayon. So, imagine mo from 9 to 52, ilang taon na yon. So, marami-rami na rin akong mga nagawang teleserye. Iba nga, hindi ko na masyadong matandaan. So, yung mukha ng buhay, no? Kasi kasama ko dito si Pilar Pilapil, and then nilo-launch din dito si Bernadette Allison nung time na yon. And then ako. And then yung yung mga lately na nagawa ko. So siguro yung isa sa mga parang gusto ko is yung Beautiful Strangers. Si GMA, kasi anak ko dito si Lovey po, at saka kasama namin dito si Christopher De Leon, Dina Bonavi, si Heart Evangelista, sino pa ba? Si Ayan Munhi Laurel, at maraming pang iba. So, yun nga, anak ko si Lovey po, and asawa ko si Pen Medina. And ang ganda, ang dami kasing very emotional yung role.
Kasi, di ba, amidst this pandemic, very active ka pa rin. Hindi ba mahirap? Kasi ang alam ko, swab dito, swab doon, i-isolate kayo. Can you elaborate on this? Yung mga sacrifices din ninyo as an actor? Oo. Actually, mas mahirap talaga ngayon dahil unang-una may taping bubble na tinatawag. Meaning, bago ka pa pumunta dun sa set, nag-home quarantine ka na. So, wala ka pa man sa trabaho mo, parang kinakain na yung oras mo nung trabaho mo dahil naka-home quarantine ka na, hindi ka na pwede masyadong lumabas. Hindi ka na pwedeng lumabas. Diba? Pinag-iingatan mo na yung sarili mo para hindi ka magdala ng sakit, which is, dapat naman. So marami talagang swabbing, maraming pag-iingat, pero at the same time, it's worth it.
It's worth it dahil nakakapagtrabaho ka. I'm able to do my craft. I'm able to, do the job that I love doing, and then I get paid for it pa, whereas ang daming walang trabaho, di ba? So, and then ang accommodation naman namin maayos, hindi kami pinababayaan ng network. So, I cannot complain. In fact, I am very, very, very grateful.
Kindly tell us about your family. Di ba? May 2 kids ka? Very good looking.
Yes.
Ano pangalan nila? Ilang taon na sila?
Well, yes, I have. Naku, ang tatanda na ng mga anak ko. Pero parang sa mata ko, baby pa rin sila forever.
Tama yan.
I have a boy, si Nathan. Nathan Gabriel. Ang age niya is 33. 33 na. O actually, magta-34 na siya this year. And
Oo.
then, si Nadine naman, Nadine Janica is
Oo.
32. Magta-33 na rin. So, I mean, magta-34, magta-33. So, ang ano nila, actually, ang medyo may mga edad na rin yung mga anak ko, pero wala pang may asawa, so wala pa akong apo.
Wala ka pa apo.
And we're very much in touch pa rin, although may mga sarili-sarili na rin silang ginagawa, pero like every time na, halimbawa, may mga kailangan puntahan na sa family, we're still very, kumbaga, buong, para pa rin silang, kasi siguro single pa rin sila, like wala pang mga asawa, kaya parang in a way, may time pa rin sila kay mommy, ganun, pag kailangan ko silang kasama, sinasamahan pa rin nila ako, ganun. We're very close.
Lovely! Bigyan mo naman kami ng sample ng kanta mo.
Talaga ba? Hindi kaya umalis yung mga televiewers mo?
yung favorite song natin.
Mga internet viewers. Sige. Pero kailangan duet. And I never thought I'd feel this way. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad I got the chance to stay, to say that I do believe I love you.
And if I should ever go away, well then close your eyes and try to feel the way we do today. And then if you can remember, keep smiling,
keep
shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for good times and bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. That's what friends are for.
Yes, first of all, pasensya na dahil nagkamali-mali ata yung lyrics ko. But anyway,
okay
the thought
yan.
is there. Diba? Yung friendship natin has withstood the test of time.
Yes,
so I'm unang-una, congratulations talaga dito sa ginagawa mo. And more power to you.
Thank you. And sa'yo din.
Oo, and thank you din at lagi kang nakasuporta sa akin at ganun din naman ako sa iyo.
Yes.
And yung pwede kong masabi lang sa akin talaga ngayon, like lahat tayo dumadaan sa medyo mahirap na panahon. And ako ang talagang iniisip ko na lang is that I don't want to live in fear, in constant fear. Kahit na nakakatakot ng panahon, I try to see the blessings in all the problems.
Yes.
Kasi kahit naman na gaano kahirap, meron namang maganda or positive kang pwedeng mahanap, di ba? Kung talagang, if you look hard enough, di ba?
Yes.
If you look hard enough, meron nga sabi nga ni Catriona Gray, may silver lining yan. So, I try to look for that in every situation kasi kung wala, paano na lang tayo, di ba? So, sa ngayon talaga, I try not to live in fear and I urge everybody not to live in fear because kasi lahat tayo takot, di ba? Pero takot tayo sa virus, mahawa, so hindi na natin ginagawa yung mga nakakapagpasaya sa atin. Pero ako kasi, ito yung lagi kong sinasabi. Ako, I believe that God will not intend for me to die any day early or late than when He really intends me to. So kung kailan niya ako gusto kunin, yun talaga nakatakda na yun eh. So parang sa akin, I just live my life as fearlessly as I could. Kasi yun naman yung buhay, di ba? Ba't tayo kailangan natin takot? So ayun lang, basta as long as nag-iingat naman tayo at hindi tayo nagiging perwisyo sa mga kapwa natin, I guess we owe it to ourselves and to our loved ones to have a good and full and happy life.
I'm so proud of you and I really admire you a lot. At andito lang din ako for you. And thank you so much for everything sa pag-say yes mo sa akin kahit na napaka-busy mong tao. Alam ko, ngayon nga, andyan ka yata kasi mag-shooting ka. Anyway, I love you. Take care. And sana magkita tayo muli as soon as possible. Pray tayo na wala itong pandemic.
Kita.
Ako rin. Magbanding ulit tayo. Masaya yung nagbanding tayo noon eh. Di ba?
Oo, ayan mo, ulitin natin yan. Soon, God willing, di ba? And more power to you, Hatok. And love
thank
you,
God.
sis.
Love
I
you.
love you.
I love you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Maraming salamat po.
Good day, everyone. It has been more than 2 years since the COVID-19 pandemic swept the entire globe and greatly affected the healthcare system, creating a paradigm shift into our daily lives. Patient care and management during these uncertain times pose a unique challenge for us healthcare providers. The limitation of movements during quarantine, social distancing requirements, and surge of positive cases in the region resulted in the delays of treatment or management of our patient and a decrease in manpower to deliver the healthcare services intended for our patients. Despite all of these challenges, we, your healthcare providers, will remain steadfast and will always assure you that we will always be there to serve you. Despite its negative impact in our lives, the global pandemic, even the recent natural disasters and calamities, has taught us so many things, one of which is to value human life. We are all but human beings, and when we learn to value human life and to care for others, hope springs eternal for all humanity. We have done too much stress to nature. So when the world stopped during the pandemic, nature healed itself. This pandemic taught us the lesson that indeed we are not superior beings, even how great we are. It takes a small bug to almost wipe out the entire human race. As we begin this new year, may we relearn the lessons of the past for us to remain more resilient and to continue to serve and have faith in our Lord, the giver of life. Thank you very much.
Kag bisitahan naman naton ang tuman katahom nga duog, ang Dubai. Ang makabig naton isa ka open city nga halos ginatingwaan gid sang kadaman nga makagtuan. Diri nahamtang ang ginakabig naton nga pinakamataas nga building sa bilog nga kalibutan. Join me as I explore Dubai sa aton nga Around the World. Dubai is the United Arab Emirates holiday hotspot. The city of high-rises and shopping malls has transformed itself from a desert outpost to a destination where tourists flock for sales bargains, sunshine, and family fun. Dubai is famous for sightseeing attractions such as the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, and shopping malls that come complete with mammoth and giant aquariums and indoor ski slopes. Dubai's landmark building and major tourist attraction is the Burj Khalifa, which at 829.8 meters is the tallest building in the world and the most famous of the city's points of interest. Nighttime visits are particularly popular with photographers due to Dubai's famous city lights panoramas. Dubai Mall is the city's premier mall and one of the city's best places to visit. It provides entry to Burj Khalifa as well as Dubai Aquarium. There is an ice skating rink, gaming zone, and cinema complex for entertainment options. Dubai's excellent museum is housed in the A. Fahid's Fort, built in 1787 to defend Dubai Creek. In its history, the fort has served as a residence for the ruling family, a seat of government, garrison, and prison. Restored in 1971 and again extensively in 1995, it is now the city's premier museum. Below the ground floor are display halls with exhibits and dioramas covering various aspects of traditional Emirati life, as well as artifacts from the 3,000 to 4,000-year-old graves at Al Qusay's archaeological site. One of the city's top tourist attractions, the Dubai Aquarium, houses 140 species of sea life in the henge suspended tank on the ground floor of Dubai Mall. For up-close images of sharks and race head to the Dubai Aquarium, where the viewing tunnel with 270-degree views provides angle opportunities for underwater photography without getting your feet wet. The Burj Al Arab is the world's tallest hotel, standing 321 meters high on its own artificial island on Dubai coastline. Burj Al Arab is one of the most expensive hotels in the world, with the most luxurious suites costing more than $15,000 for one night. Some of Dubai's best beach photography opportunities are on Kite Beach at the eastern end of Jumeirah. The long stretch of white sand beach south of Jumeirah Beach is renowned as Dubai's premier destination for kite surfers and is home to an array of water sports operators.
Bisitahan naton ang tuman katahom nga mga duog nga nasakpan sang munisipalidad sang Balamban sa probinsya sang Cebu. Iniamo ang Alejandra Flower Farm kag ang kaiping sini nga Island in the Sky. Initanan amon ga feature sa inyo sa aton nga Around the Region.
The little Tagaytay of Cebu that captured the attention of thousands of tourists in Balamban is about to steal the spotlight. Introducing Buwakan ni Alejandra, Cebu's pride, featuring a vibrant flower garden located in Barangay Gaas, Balamban, Cebu, just a few meters away from Adventure Cafe. Just across The garden is another tourist destination, JVR Island in the Sky Resort. One of the pioneering but still among the most visited attractions in Gaas Balamban is JVR Island in the Sky Resort, also known as Sky Mountain Resort, which simply gives you a chill and relaxing experience with its cool climate and lush, perfectly manicured landscaping. Gifted with a breathtakingly panoramic view of mountain lushness, JVR Island in the Sky Resort is an ideal recreational destination for those traveling on shoestring. With the resort practically sitting atop the mountainous portion of Balamban, Cebu, the cool, distinct temperature of the atmosphere is likely to be compared to that of Baguio's. Centerpiece of the resort is the colorful hanging bridge. And for only 150 pesos, you can already experience the cable car that can accommodate 6 persons at a time. This slow-paced cable car ride takes about 20 minutes, so you have a lot of time to enjoy the lush green scenery.
If you want to relax and be happy, if you want a good food and great company, there's one perfect place for you, and it's called Paradiso. Paradiso. Paradiso del Sur, your paradise here on earth. For inquiries, call 0920-2486-889. Remember the name, Paradiso, your place to unwind. If there's one thing in our midst, a sanctuary for the travelers, a second home you can call your own, the food and service at its best will make your stay an unforgettable one. Saltimboca, a place closer to your heart, where everyone is a family and everyone is a friend. Saltimboca Tourist Inn. For inquiries, call 433-3179.
Isa ka tumalagsahon nga kinaiya ang iga-share sa aton nga segment persona. Inituhoy sa isa ka asawa sang mataas nga opisyal sang Bureau of Fire and Protection nga nangin isa ka farmer. Hindi lamang isa ka simple nga farmer. Naga-produce ini sang tinulada nga kadamuon sa mga patatas. Diri maga-focus ang aton sininga istorya sa persona.
is her way of escaping the worries and anxieties brought about by the pandemic. Jo Puracan, native of Bansalan, Davao del Sur, is the hard-working wife of the Commanding General of the Bureau of Fire Protection, General Louis Puracan. Jo started with a small farm as her way of coping with the pandemic in the mountains of Davao del Sur. She developed a piece of land and transformed it to a very productive land. Jo planted potatoes, cabbages, carrots, Chinese pechay, which easily thrived because of the cold weather and fertile soil. The farm has a 360 degrees panoramic view of Mount Tamporong, Mount Matutong in Iloilo, South Cotabato, and Mount Apo, the highest mountain in the country. With the help of the local farmers, propagated and planted variety of flowers like dahlias, petunias, million flowers, spider flowers, rain lilies, sunflowers, roses, and ground orchids. She also experimented planting 11 apple trees and will check if it will thrive. To harvest tons of potatoes, thus also helping local farmers in the area. She also propagated coffee, knowing that the best coffee is found in their place in Bansalan, Davao del Sur. The pandemic encouraged Jo to develop her ancestral farm to get away from pollution. The place is very quiet, but only the chirping of the birds can be heard. Jo enjoyed breathing and feeling the fresh and cold air, and added that they no longer need to wear masks. She happily shared that planting and digging around made her happy. It's a big help in easing the worries brought about by the pandemic. She said, living in the highlands is healthy and therapeutic.
Ang Rotary Club of Bacolod, isa sa mga unang nagresponder sa pagbulig sa kadamaan sa ato mga kauturan nga lubos nga naapektuhan sa pag-igo sang Bagyo Odette sa Chicks area. Kadamaan sang miyembro sini ang voluntaryo nga nagdulong sang ila sini serbisyo bangod sang ila sini pag-ulikid sa mga kauturan naton sa Chicks area. Kalakip na diri ang Kabangkalan City, Sipalay City, lakip na ang Ilog.
Rotary Club of Bacolod was among the first responders to victims of Typhoon Odette all over Negros Island. RC Bacolod, in partnership with Bacolod City's Chamber Volunteer Fire Brigade, brought relief goods to typhoon survivors in Barangay Binubuhan, Gihulngan, Negros Oriental. Led by RC Bacolod President Pauline Quaicong and past District Governor Edgar C., the club distributed grocery packs, food packs, drinking water, used toys, and clothing. In partnership with Invest to Donate Foundation, also extended aid to victims of Southern Negros by conducting relief operations in Barangay Vista Alegre, particularly Purok Bugnay, Nara, Holy Rosary, and Barangay Calubang, Municipality of Ilog. Rotary Club of Bacolod's Tubig sa Barangay also made possible the distribution of potable water to thousands of victims who doesn't have access to potable water in the Chicks area. The Council of Presidents of Life Changers team of Rotary Club also extended collective relief efforts to the city of Sipalay, Negros Occidental, and Barangay Camugao in Kabangkalan City.
Kabalo ba na ining grupo nga ginatawag nga Confradia de Señor Santo Nino? Sa kalawigon na sa karon, madamo nga mga miyembro sini ang nagapatigayon sa nagkalain-lain nga mga activities sa paghatag sa nagakaigo nga devotion kag pagpasidungog sa kay Señor Santo Nino. Let's focus on the story of the Confradia de Señor Santo Nino sa Colegio de San Agustin de Bacolod.
Several years ago, it was just a dream of the Agustinian affiliates to have the Confradia del Santo Nino de Cebu branch in the City of Smiles. Confradia del Santo Nino de Cebu, Colegio de San Agustin de Bacolod chapter became a reality with 67 members when it was organized last April 19, 2017. And I was one of the pioneer members of the said organization. It was headed by Miss Vicky Don as pioneer president in 2017 and by Lindy Arroyo as president in 2020 until now. The journey towards organizing the Confradia is a journey led by God's grace because many responded positively to Señor Santo Nino's call of love. Truly, the Holy Child is the Batubalani sa Gugma, or the magnet of love. Colegio de San Agustin de Bacolod pioneers the first school-based Confradia organization. The singing of Batubalani sa Gugma and the waving of hands while singing became significant as it is a gesture showing that we are humbly pleading for the grace of Santo Nino. Señor Santo Nino will see us through in this journey of propagating his devotion. With the prayers, hard work, commitment, deep faith, and with God's grace, the organization will continue to shine in the midst of life's afflictions and perplexities.
Bisitahan naton ang isa ka duog nga nasakpan sang buwanwa sang Ibi Magalona, ang Eco Trail nga nahamtang sa Barangay Tomongtong. Kay diri sarang ninyo nga matilawan ang tuman kanamit nga mga seafoods kag kasubong man maeksperiensahan ang eat all you can, especially sa blue crabs. Saksihan ninyo diri sa aton Dali di kag kaon kita sa Barangay Tomongtong Eco Trail.
Explore an amazing mangrove forest in Barangay Tomongtong, Ibi, Magalona, Negros Occidental. The Tomongtong Mangrove Eco Trail is an undertaking that aims to create a habitat and shelter for birds and sea creatures, as well as educate and entertain visitors. It's an amazing project that involves elected officials, students, and the entire barangay, down to the local fishermen. The municipal government constructed more facilities in the area, with a restaurant and small stores now ready to serve visitors and expected to also generate additional income for the residents of the community. The Tomongtong Mangrove Eco Trail is a makeshift bridge made of bamboo, covered with a vast array of mangroves as high as 20 feet. The bridge extends toward the shoreline and has a makeshift bamboo tower where visitors can have a top view of the mangrove plantation and fish ponds.
Ikaduha na sa karon katuig nga ginpatigayon sang syudad sang Iloilo ang virtual presentation sang bantog sini nga Dinagyang Festival. Tuman ka madinoagon ang pagpatigayon sining virtual activity nga halos nag-enjoy ang kadaman sa bilog nga kalibutan. This year, they presented another virtual celebration of this festival. Kagyaring report.
The virtual opening salvo of the Dinagyang Festival 2022 was live-streamed via Facebook last January 14 as the festivities go virtual for second year due to COVID-19 pandemic. Its first online edition was awarded Best Tourism Practice during the Pandemic Special category in the 2021 Association of Tourism Officers of the Philippines Incorporated ATOPRO Awards.
Halabira, Iloilo, haladagyang, Iloilo, halabira, Iloilo, haladagyang, Iloilo, Oswag, Iloilo, halabira, Iloilo, Oswag, Iloilo, para sa mga Ilonggo, halabira, Iloilo, viva Señor Santo Niño, haladagyang, Iloilo, viva Señor Santo Niño, haladagyang, Iloilo, viva Señor Santo Niño, Oswag, Iloilo, halabira, viva Señor Santo Niño, viva, viva, viva!
This year's theme is Padayon Iloilo, upod kay Señor Santo Niño. The competing tribes represented 7 districts of Iloilo City in this year's digital Dinagyang.
Anong gid gani ang complete name mo? I-greet mong aton mga televiewers.
Hi, televiewers. Isa ka blessed day sa atong tanan. Kay onward, and blessed na having me here sa sinigyo with Miss Talken kay hindi sa kay Miss Lalani sa ito ko katama kay hindi siya paswertihan nga ali ako sa sinigyo kundi blessing in sa Ginoo kung nga natikayon ay nihilito ko.
Oo, tanan gid Jomar ara gid sa plano sa mga Dios kay palangga ka sa Ginoo. Kay maski ako grabe gid ang ako pag-admirar sa imo ha. Kay maski amo na imo sitwasyon, kapisan-pisan sa imo, gaulan, gainit, wala ka gauntat sa pagbulig sa imo isig ka tawo. Ipakita ko anay bala ang kuay anay ang mga ginabaligya ni Jomar. Kuay anay. Okay. Na. O sige. Okay. Amo na siya ang mga ginabaligya ni Jomar. 140. Tatlo na nakabilog, barato na. Considering ahay, ginabitbit niya ni, ginatricycle niya, ginapamugatan niya. Maski ano pakabudlay sa iya sitwasyon, ginalibod niya ini sa maski diin-diin lang nga dalanon. So sa tatlo, 140, barato katama gani ini. So basi gusto may magbakal dira, contact me, i-PM nyo lang ako, kay makuha ko ni sa iya sang mga doormats, kay para kung mag-order ka mo, ako na mismo, buligan ko man siya sa paglibod sini. Kay PWD si Jomar, aton ini siya utod kay Kristo. Jomar, sugiri kami maski dali lang. Pilang edad mo kag nagmasakit ka?
Lingid siya wala doon ka na no. Isa ako ka sa cerebral palsy patient. Ang ako naman sakit bali inborn siya.
Okay.
Inborn siya. Tapos sa blessings mo ni God, bali naka-high school level ako.
Oo. Pila edad mo subong? Pila edad mo?
38 years old.
38, wala ka asawa?
Wala ayun, single.
Oo, single na lang
Oo.
Serve ka na lang kay Papagat nga aging picture ta ka kay makita sang aton mga isig katawo nga hindi kita magdula sa paglaom. Kapin pa dira ang mga PWD nga may mga ginabatsyag. Hindi kita mag-lose hope kay ari si Jomar is man a good example. Nga maski ka masakit, maski amo ni sitwasyon niya, hardly siya makalakat, hardly siya makahambal, pero nagabira-bira siya pangita kwarta para mabuhi niya ang iyang alawas, makabakalis ang mga bulong niya. So, ini gina-share namo sa inyo to give us hope nga maski ano pang kahimtangan naton, may Dios gid nga gapalangga sa aton. Kag sa mga iba naman daya nga nadulaan obra, hindi ka mo mga subo. Kay damo sang option nga maobra naton. Kung ginpahalin ka na sa ulubrahan mo, kay nagsarado na, kay tungod sa pandemya, pwede ka kapaminsar, anong himuon mo? Pwede ka kalibod pagkaon, pwede ka kabalo magluto, alsada ka, kag ibaligya mo. So, wala sang imposible sa mga Diyos, dibla Jomar. So, anong mensahe mo sa mga aton sa mga nagalantaw sa buhay?
Ako lang ma-message sa mga dumalan, hindi lang kita madulaan sa paglaon. Kag hindi kinatan paglaon sa ating paminsaron, yung may Ginoo kita nga masandikan all the time. Kag may Ginoo nga handa magbaton sa aton sa duwa kakamot. Bastit ano pa kita ka makasasala o ano pa ang ating kahintangan sa mga buhay. Basta ang ating pag-angot sa Ginoo, faithfully kay ano ba, yung maukod niya. makasiling kita nga hindi ako malingkang, hindi ako magkakulang kay ala ang Ginoo. Na dapat we should be contented sa kung ano man ang ala. Kaya magdepende lang kita sa kung ano ang plano ng Ginoo.
Correct. Faith in God. Salamat, gid, sa nami mo nga inspiration nga ginhatag sa among tanan. Hindi kita mag-give up hope. Pray lang kaga inom bulong, take care, pangadi, kaga positive attitude lang. And we will be okay. Thank you. And I love you all.
Synodality in action. Soldiers for God's people. Wednesday, January 5, Day of Our Lady of Perpetual Health, the Negros Occidental Women Religious Association, or known as NAURA, participated by Sister Febe in cooperation with the PNP Special Action Force, or known as SAF, led by Police Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Lopez Manongdo, represented by Police Lieutenant Lex Gavino and Police Captain Tudor Roosevelt Bagayaw Saboy, together with 19 PNP Special Action Force, worked as one for the relief operation of those who have been hardly affected by the Typhoon Odette, choosing Sipalay and Bais as recipients for the outreach. The town of Sipalay was the first stop in the parish of Sacred Heart of Jesus, with Reverend Father Fernando Villanueva Jr., or popularly known as Father Magic, the parish priest. The goods were intended to those who were hardly stricken by the typhoon and rarely received aid. The group gave 100 and more of 5 gallons of water-filled containers, 11 sacks of rice, boxes of canned goods, noodles, and some other dried goods. Then they were headed to their next stop, the town of Bais, where 230 families received packs of goods containing 5 kilos of rice, canned goods, packs of noodles, dried fish, 5 liters of water, and some other dried goods like towels and bedsheets. Some of the families walked for 1 to 2 hours just to be able to receive the goods. This marks the beginning of the year 2022, where the women religious are in synodality with PNP, who make sure of the safe order and security as they reach out to the needy along the areas of Negros who were deeply affected by the typhoon and have hardly received aid because they were difficult to reach, staying on top and along the slopes of the mountain. Though distance took longer and drove them to the roads and highways around Negros from Occidental to Oriental, but the joy of bringing love and consolation, seen in their beautiful faces of smile, with tears, was enough reward, for they were able to bring Jesus, their soul, joy, hope, and provider.
His welfare is my concern. No burden is he to bear. We'll get there. But I know he would not encumber me. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. If I'm laden at all, I'm laden with sadness that everyone's heart is filled with the gladness of love for one another. It's a long, long road from which there is no return. While we're on our way to there, why not share? And the road doesn't bring me down below. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. All the victims of death, God bless you. God will help you to be able to recover soon. Because there are many good people who are helping you and are willing to help you. But most of all, God is there to help you. But I'm strong. I'm strong enough to carry him. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. He ain't heavy. He's
Well, it was such a very meaningful episode naman para sa aton TLS Plus BFF Token.
Wow, it's so windy here. Kanami diri. Kaga yes, kada ginaya may ara kita nga taping, shooting. Happy gid ko ya BFF kay kabalugid ko nga amo ni kinahulat-hulat permisang tanan.
Yes. So, sa nasiling ko na, we're looking forward to a very promising kag this time I pray and hope nga mapahagan-hagan na ang impact ng COVID-19 para sa atong tanan for 2022.
Amo na ginapray ta gitanan nga kabay pa madula na ang pandemic in the name of Jesus.
And padayon namon kamo nga ginaagda to join us sa sininyo nga suki sa kada adlaw TLS Plus.